6 box of questions, job assignment application. Build a solid foundation and follow the 6 box questions job assignment application to qualify your job assignments to ensure your continued success as a recruiter. Box 1 questions, organogram, position, location and remuneration. Box 2 questions, reason, importance and urgency. Box 3 questions, selling points, define your client's employer value proposition EVP. Box 4 questions, job description draft. Box 5 questions, candidate roadmap, resource, navigation map. Box 6 questions, project timetable. Box 1 questions, organogram, position, location and remuneration. Objective of Box 1, to see the big picture first, the structure, basic requirements of the position, identify where the position fits into the organizational structure, the location, remuneration and any other information that the client would like to get off his chest, before going into detail. Similar to if you were looking for a house to buy, you would brief the estate agent first the minimum basics, i.e. the number of bedrooms, garages etc., the location and your budget, to confirm that the agent has these properties available before going into more detail. Questions to ask: organogram, position, location and remuneration. Title of position, location of the position, city or closest, and country. Organization reporting structure, where the position is placed. Where exactly does the position fit into the organizational structure, at least one level above and below. Ask your client to provide you with an organizational chart or organogram if one is available. Which department or division of the open position, the position title that the position reports to. Does this position supervise, manage others? If yes, what is the total number of people supervised? The overall functional headcount responsibility, include permanent and contractors that report into this position. What are the job titles of direct subordinates? Indicate the types of contacts, roles, both internal and external, key relationships, that this position will interact with on a regular basis to achieve the position's objectives. Example, technical SMEs, EHS, food safety, engineering, reliability, procurement, technology, and/or business, project management team. Annual remuneration, what is the total fixed cost of employment, TFCE? Provide a breakdown of the total fixed cost of employment offered. Include all fixed monthly allowances and other related taxable benefits such as commission and on-target earnings. Include base salary, bonus, guaranteed or non-guaranteed, pension, include company and employee % contribution, medical aid, health care, include portion paid by company, car type or car allowance, housing subsidies, allowances. Number of working days per annum. Any non-guaranteed incentive, supplementary compensation benefits, bonus or shares, such as variable, performance-related pay, free coffee in the office, health insurance, stocked canteen, gym memberships, great office locations, flexible working times etc. What is the minimum package and what is the maximum package? Test the client on the maximum package. Quote, if we had the perfect candidate, however he earned 50k more than what the positions is offering, do we discuss this candidate with you first, or do we turn his application down immediately? Box 2, reason, importance and urgency. Objective of Box 2, what is the percentage probability of placing this position, and how much time will you and your team invest in working this position? Which quadrant does this position fit in Stephen Covey's time management matrix? Quadrant 1, urgent and important. The first quadrant should only contain those activities and responsibilities that require your immediate attention. Quadrant 2, not urgent but important. The items found in Quadrant 2 do not have a high urgency but can play an important role in the future. Quadrant 3, urgent but not important. The third quadrant summarizes items that appear to have a high urgency, but are not at all important. Some of these activities might be entirely ego-driven, without contributing any value. In fact, these activities are obstacles that stand in between you and your goals. Quadrant 4, not urgent and not important. The fourth and last quadrant contains all those activities that do not contribute any value at all, the obvious time wasters. All the activities contained therein are nothing more than distractions, avoid them as much as you can. Working when your client is in Quadrant 1 requires you to act swiftly and in my experience is one of the highest percentage probability of placing. Establishing what your percentage probability of placing this position, and how much time will you and your team invest in working this position. Your decision is based on the following criteria. A. Have you placed with this client before? B. Do you have decision-making contact? C. Do you have 2 weeks exclusivity on this assignment? D. Do you have confirmed send-out times, interview times with your client, booked in his/her diary? E. Based on your client's expectations, does this person actually exist? Does the position's criteria match the remuneration budget for this position? Is the remuneration below or above market expectations? F. What is the history of this position? Why is the position available? How long has it been open for? What has the client done so far to fill the position? G. What is the urgency and pain for the client to fill this position? Timing is everything. Which time quadrant do you operate from? Do you respect your own time? Questions to ask: reason, importance and urgency. Reason for available position. Rate the urgency of the position out of 1 to 5, 5 being the most urgent. How will it affect you, your division or company if this position is not filled within a certain time frame? What is the duration, time period, that the position has been open for? What have you done so far to fill the position? Has this position been advertised internally or externally? Handed the position to other recruitment agents? Interviewed and regretted candidates? Have you received CVs of potential candidates that you have not yet interviewed, or other? Ask for 2 weeks exclusivity to deliver on this position, that is, if you are the client's first point of call. Box 3, Selling Points. Define your client's employer value proposition, EVP. Definition of an employer value proposition: salary, compensation and benefits that the employer pays to an employee who's contracted to deliver skills, experience and productivity that further delivers the company's business goals, mission, purpose and values. Objective of Box 3, as a successful recruiter, salesperson, your objective here is to extract from your client enough motivating criteria that will motivate a passive candidate, a candidate that is not actively looking to move, and, usually, the most sought-after candidate for the position, to move. In other words, you need content for an authentic sales pitch. A compelling introduction for advertising or head-hunting purposes. Place yourself in your candidate's shoes. B. Where would the position fall into the Maslow hierarchy of needs? C. What would be the natural energy of the successful incumbent for this position? Activating energy, accelerating and igniting change, inspiring energy, kindles the growth in others, sustaining energy, nourishes others' ideas, tempering energy, refines through analysis and precision. Questions to ask: selling content. Motivate your client to clearly define their employer value proposition, to attract and retain talent by asking these questions. Hiring the best candidates drives revenue through enhanced employer efficiency and overall competence, greater customer satisfaction and revenue per full-time employee. Provide a brief overview of what your company does and the service, value offered to develop and retain clients and service providers. Reputation. Why would a person leave their current employer to join your company? What is unique or attractive about working at your company? Division. Can your employees clearly explain what makes working for you better than working someplace else? What is central here is reputation. What is your company known for in the job market? How do you stand out from your competitors, or what do you personally enjoy about working at your company? Career opportunity. Describe the potential for employee career progression. What growth trajectories are possible? Other relevant information. Examples may include career benefits or development an individual can gain by serving in this role. Leadership, innovation. What have been your company or division's top 3 internal or external achievements during the last 3 to 5 years? People and culture. How would you describe the working environment, people and culture of your company? Good people want to work with good people. Talent knows talent. No one wants to go to work every day to be surrounded by colleagues who are incompetent or lazy. When you have good people in your organization, more good people will want to work for you. Your culture is only brought to life by your employees living it. What are your company's values, mission, vision and purpose? To keep the more than 120,000 employees motivated and engaged, you have to continuously provide a clear vision for the next 10 years and clarify with your people their role in helping the organization achieve this vision. Joseph Jimenez, CEO. In what ways does your company take responsibility for social and environmental sustainability? Senior, B, recycling, carbon footprint, etc. Above and beyond making effective answer to our clients' recruitment needs, Enshrine Placements aspire to provide service that will simultaneously build our clients' business and add value to their brand. Our clients' employer value proposition, in tandem with their employer brand, will be the determining factor in retaining or losing talent for their organization. Box 4, Job Description Draft. Objective of Box 4, to complete the full job description, should one not be provided. To have a complete understanding of what the preferred candidate for the position will look like. Questions to ask: job description draft. What is the purpose of the position? In other words, why does the position exist? Briefly explain the general purpose of the position. What is the overall objective, goal of this position, the end result that you would like this person to achieve? Principal accountabilities, core elements that must operate effectively in order for the primary purpose to be achieved. Describe in detail 4 to 5 major position responsibilities, not tasks, listing the most important first. No duty should have a percentage less than 5%, and all duties should add to 100%. Example, 35% project leadership, 30% project planning, 10% project execution, 10% project control, 15% business results. What is the success for the first year? Give explicit, measurable goals that the new hire will be expected to achieve. Key work outputs, results required, scope. What is the bottom line, the desired result of each core element? Identify the areas that can be measured in a currency, percentage or unit, that can provide a reasonable indicator of position size. Examples may be revenue, net sales, operating budget, number of employees, number of countries doing business in, volume, market share and margin contribution. What is the success for the first year? Give explicit, measurable goals that the new hire will be expected to achieve in her first year of employment. List the complexities, the challenges of the position and the working environment, nature and area of impact that must be overcome to achieve the position accountabilities. List the nature, type of project, production, manufacturing processes, technologies where applicable. List the type of project, value, i.e., brown, green field, expansion, debottlenecking, etc. Production or manufacturing processes, i.e., mass, batch, continuous production, bottling, plastic injection molding, casting, etc. Education, experience, skills. Indicate the qualifications, education, experience and skills for this position. Education includes formal education, certifications, accreditations, etc. Skills include applied knowledge and technical skills directly related to the position, include minimum and preferred requirements. Specific requirements such as environmental conditions, physical effort, shift requirements, travel requirements, periods away from home and regularity, etc. Personal attributes, motivating drivers and behaviors and competencies of the person required for the position. Language proficiency and observable behaviors that encompass the applied knowledge, skills and attributes that distinguish and drive superior performance. Box 5, Candidate Roadmap, Resource Navigation Map. Objective of Box 5, provide a resource map, a list of industries, nature of the business and companies that the candidates can be sourced from. Dig deep. Which industry or industries can the candidate have worked for? What are the company names per industry sector? Where are the companies positioned in the supply chain? In which division would this position be positioned? What other business titles could this position be called? If your client is a mining house, which commodity do they mine, and how is the commodity extracted from the ground? What other commodities could this candidate have experience in, i.e. gold, coal, copper, platinum, or are you limited to one commodity only? Questions to be asked, Candidate Roadmap. List company names, competitors or industries that a suitable candidate might be sourced from and names of companies that you would prefer the candidate not to come from. For example, do you have any agreements in place preventing you from employing candidates from specific companies who are your direct competitors? Box 6, Project Timetable. Objectives of Box 6. Close for send-outs, confirmed interview times for your candidates to meet with your client. Questions to be asked, when would you like the candidate to start? Note, many times the client will answer ASAP, or he might say that he is not in a hurry, he will rather wait 3 to 4 months to find the right person, then rush and make a wrong decision. If the client says, ASAP, then give him a more realistic date, advising him that most candidates have a month or calendar notice that they need to give their current employer, unless of course they're not employed at the moment and are available to start immediately. Would the first of month X be in order, allowing enough time for the full recruitment process, resignation and notice period? How many CVs would you like to be included in the short list of candidates presented to you? In your experience, how many candidates do you interview prior to making a decision to employ? Will there be second interviews? Will there be psychometric testing? Propose the presentation date of shortlisted candidates, working backwards from the date that you have targeted together with the client, and the client's interview process. Enshrine Placement's resourcing turnaround time for this specific position. Realistically, it will take Enshrine Placements 5 to 10 working days to provide a short list of potential candidates based on the client's urgency to fill the position. Once you have proposed a presentation date, then close your client on interview dates. Mr. Client, I can present candidates to you next week Monday, will you be available then next week Wednesday, and Thursday afternoon for interviews, or what is your availability for interviews next week? If the client says yes, then ask him to block 2 afternoon time slots in his diary. The client may respond to say that he would want to see the CVs first before confirming the interviews. You can advise him that you agree to his request 100%. That interviews will only be confirmed once he has personally agreed to meet with our candidates. However, it is important that he blocks off these times tentatively in his diary. And forward your client a calendar invitation for tentative interviews with a note that interviews will only be confirmed with our candidates once he has given us his approval.